I spent $7,000 on Christmas, more than I was planning. You don't want that. Hot mess mode is not a good look. So if you want to save money by getting your ish together this holiday season, keep watching. Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. In a previous video I did called My Favorite Frugal Habits, I'll link it up here if you haven't watched it. One of my ways of saving money is by not being a hot mess. Now, don't get me wrong. I have my hot mess days too. And if you're wondering, what's a hot mess? Hot mess mode, not affectionately called HMM. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm making it up today. Hot mess mode is when you are just flying by the seat of your pants. You don't have anything organized. You're racing around getting fast food because you didn't pack your lunch. You forgot it was school picture day. You buy the wrong package because you're not paying attention. You don't have the right stuff for the party. You don't have the right stuff for the bake sale, so you go out and spend more. That's like hot mess mode, when you are not prepared and it ends up costing you more money. You end up being late. You end up not having what you need, and we want to try to minimize hot mess mode for the holidays, because going into it, we know going into the holidays is such a stressful time, and this video is going to help you prevent hot mess mode. Let's do this. First things first, get out your calendar and write down every single birthday, anniversary, baby shower, bridal shower, holiday activity that you are going to participate in November and December. Let's just get right up to the end of this year. So get your calendar out. No, pause it. Pause me right now. Pause me for a second and go get a notebook and a calendar. I'll wait. I'm totally going to trust that you just got your calendar and your notebook and a pen. So here we go. Look through your calendar and write down all the things, all the events. Leave some space because you're gonna need to write down, if there's food involved, what you wanna bring. And if there's like a specific kind of party, like an ugly sweater party or something like that, what you need to wear. Or if your kid has like a special holiday thing where they need to wear funky Christmas socks or whatever it is, write everything down and what's associated with that event. And the reason I threw in the birthdays and the anniversaries and all that stuff is because the holiday season can get so hectic, you don't want to forget those important things. What if it's your friend's birthday? What if it's your parents' anniversary? Just make sure, say your parents don't live here, they live in another state, you need to go to the Dollar Tree and get them an anniversary card. If it's a friend that you love to send a gift to, you need to go get them a card and maybe a gift card or whatever it is if you do gift them, and get it out a week ahead of time. Try to get it early and have dates for everything so that you're not coming up on that event and you're unprepared. This will save you this holiday season. Keep focused on all the events that you intend to participate in so you know what's coming. Number 2, look at that entire list and see if there's anything that you can eliminate. Look at it again. Give it a hard look. Is there anything on there that you do out of obligation? If there's a wreath making party that you go to every year and you hate this event, cross it off and be unapologetic about it. Any of the holiday stuff that you commit to but you dread, can you eliminate it? Think about it. Just think about it. Is there a certain holiday gathering that you participate in with part of your family that just is never a pleasure to do, just give it a second look in case, because if there's anything that you can eliminate to make your life simpler and more joyful, why not? Step number 3, get the budget in order. Do you already have your November budget? As you guys know, I usually do budget reminders at the beginning of every month. Today is November 1st, and usually I dedicate an entire video to it, but today I'm just going to include it in this video right now. Budget reminders for November. For example, me, 2 things I always have to remember is my car insurance gets renewed every 6 months and I pay it in a big lump sum. So that is due in November. And for me, my car registration, which is another lump sum. I'd say between the two, it's probably about $500 in my budget, which I don't normally have in my budget. So that's $500 that I have to make sure is in my budget in November that I don't have to account for in any other month of the year until the car insurance comes around again in 6 months, but I don't have the registration on top of it also, which is awesome. But it's always in my budget. It's budgeted ahead of time. It's not a shocker. I know it's coming and I plan for it. Bam! The November budget should have possibly a little extra money for your Thanksgiving dinner contribution, whether you are hosting or if you are attending. It's always nice to bring something, either a bottle of wine or a dish that you can share. So always be factoring in for Thanksgiving what you're doing. If you're hosting, that could be a much larger expense. If you're buying all the main parts of the food, however you do that, just budget for it so that you know it's coming. The other big thing is obviously Christmas. And as we always say in the debt-free community, did you know Christmas is December 25th this year? Yep, every single year. And that's coming right after November. I know we're talking about the November budget, but if you haven't started planning for Christmas yet, I'm going to encourage you to jump on the Christmas train for planning. If you haven't seen my video on how I'm slashing my Christmas budget in half this year, I'll link it up here. Please check that out because I talk a lot about budgeting in that video also. As I was just saying, we know Christmas is coming. Most of you celebrate Christmas, some of you don't, but those of you that do and participate fully in Christmas and have stuff to plan for in preparing for Christmas, it's not an emergency and you don't want to go into debt over Christmas. You want to try to cash flow your Christmas so that you're not paying for it months after Christmas has gone by. So if you haven't started budgeting, I highly, highly recommend you adding some in now. Some of you save all year long for it. That's awesome. But just a reminder, it's November. December's next month. Get your ish together, get the budget together, and have a plan so that it doesn't turn into a stressful season. It's going to be a joyful season, a peaceful season, a soul singing kind of season, not financial stress that you were not prepared for. Let's try to avoid that. Let's do it. The final step for all this, in order to track what you're doing, is spreadsheets. You must think I'm such a Christmas geek, but I'm telling you, my Christmas list spreadsheet, it's good stuff, people. I am a complete weirdo. When you watch that Christmas video that I mentioned earlier, you'll see I have different columns. You don't have to do that the way that I do it, but what I'm saying is have a spreadsheet of who you're buying for. For me, I like to track what the cost of the item originally was, what it was on sale for, and what I actually paid for it, because I just enjoy that gratification of the great deals that I get, because I get great deals and I just love it. But you could just have like, Susie, your budget's $10, you spent $9.52, boom, $10, done. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have it tracked. but maybe it originally cost 20. Whatever. If it helps you sleep at night that you save money like me, then you can have all those crazy categories. If not, just make sure you're tracking what you're spending and totaling it up so that when you get to the end, you're not like, oh, I spent $7,000 on Christmas, more than I was planning. You don't want that, okay? So just get out a spreadsheet. I use Google Sheets. I'm obsessed. Some people like to use an Excel spreadsheet. Some people just like to have a notebook and keep track. You can do that too. But for me, I love Google Sheets because it adds it up for you. If you go to the sum, it's just, oh, spreadsheet geek here. The other important thing about the spreadsheet is writing down an itemized list of what you bought. This is key because sometimes, say you started in July and you already bought 5 things and you forget what you bought. I guarantee, let me know in the comments, is there someone in there, someone watching this, that you bought stuff and you totally forgot about it? And comes December and you're like, oh, I actually have like 3 more shirts for my son. I didn't even know. That's why an itemized list and updating it as you get the stuff is going to help you so much. Because sometimes when I start wrapping and I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, what is in there? If you have that itemized list, you know everything. So write what you got and how much you paid for it at a minimum so that you have your tracking on point. I feel like I could go on a long time about all this stuff, but at a very base level, I hope this video was helpful in helping you avoid becoming a hot mess this holiday season. The whole concept of writing everything down or typing it all out and really seeing what you're looking at, what you have to work with, what you have to plan for, and itemizing all the stuff that's involved. It's not as hard as it might sound. It's awesome and it helps you so much, and I really hope this was helpful and gave you at least a couple of ideas. Maybe you'll never do it the same way I do, but at least it will spark like a method for you that might be helpful so that you can avoid being a hot mess and really enjoy your holidays, guys. This should be a season of really spending time with your loved ones and feeling gratitude for them and everything involved in the holiday. And it's so hard when you're like, you don't know how much you racked up on your credit card and you're dreading your credit card statement after Christmas, and the day of the event, you don't know what you need and you're running around. No. Let's all take a nice deep breath, plan it out, and then when it comes, you just execute the plan, and it's gonna be awesome. Holidays don't have to be as stressful as we make them sometimes. If you have awesome tips that help avoid hot mess mode, please leave them down in the comments below, because we all need to help each other out and avoid hot mess mode, because hot mess mode doesn't feel good for anyone. Those around you feeling the effect of your hot mess mode, and definitely not for you. So please leave tips down below if you've got more, and let's help each other have a wonderful, peaceful, loving season filled with gratitude and appreciation for all that we have. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the red subscribe button if you want more, and hit the bell so you're notified each time I upload. If you want to be added to my email list, I'll leave that in the description down below. You can also find me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. I'll leave all the info in the description.
Don't forget, today is Happy Rabbit Day.
Yes, I learned this in high school. My coach used to say on the 1st of the month, you say the first thing you wake up before you do anything else, you say, Happy Rabbit Day, and you'll have good luck all month long. Unfortunately, when you watch this, you probably have said a lot of other stuff, but you can remember it for December 1st too, right?
Yeah.
We say it every 1st of the month. Happy Rabbit Day. We'll see you next time. Bye.